score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. 4th down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we came to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they gon' respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who was next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, our Thanksgiving coverage continues with a good one here between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. We often poke a little fun at running backs past the age of 30. Oh, they're getting old, they can't run anymore. What he's showing, past the age of 30, you can still have some nice runs like that.
You certainly can, and I think that we're starting to expand our definition of old running back. Because it used to be as soon as they hit 30, we want to get rid of these guys and go to the younger guys. But now that the guys are taking such great care of themselves, as you pointed out, you can still get explosive runs at any age.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The Lions at 500, sitting at 5-5. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
On first down, Peyton. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, and so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
To throw on second down, Peyton. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition so great. When going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. The families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember,
touchdown, Chicago!
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing his Lance on third down. This is caught by Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10. And some room to run now. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ken Walker with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Lance now on 1st down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterbacks have been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd and long, it's Lance.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Peyton. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. After 17-7 to score. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Peyton is going to find his running back. It's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Peyton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Lions will take over.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's got room. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 95 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The catches for him just keep piling up in his career. He's now at 1,024, and that ties Isaac Bruce, the number that he had back in the day.
Yeah, part of the greatest show on turf. Remember, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt combined for nearly 2,000 catches in their careers. He might get to 2,000 himself with the numbers he's posting up there. Keep himself in great shape. He might go for it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Lance. Throw out wide to Walker. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. Touchdown, Detroit! A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Looking to throw on second down. Peyton. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Back to throw again. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He finds Douglas complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. 2nd and 1 from the 2. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there.
His 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do you do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Peyton. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this 2nd half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
To throw on 2nd down. Peyton, he finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st and 10, Peyton. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Peyton. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. They'll try and throw for it here. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he is going to have the Bears 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup with someone trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Bears have cut it back within a score.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Lance looking to throw it. He completes this to Walker.
And he goes out right around the 39. That one a first down pickup of 8. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
111 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They find some open field here.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, check nigga.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Again, it's Walker.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd.
He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception, return for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
147 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Throwing on first down is Lance.
That one caught by Ellison. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Throw left side complete. That's George. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bears are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. On 3rd down, Peyton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Now this throw caught left side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there at 22.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
10. Striker, 3-3.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Walker is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Point after, right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
1
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Looking to throw on second down.
Peyton. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
Wait a second. They declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Shotgun now for Lance.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Here's Lance.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
And the Bears are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Down the sideline he goes.
And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Lions have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they will take a knee here.
play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive